The easy way to do anything is just to do that thing. What? Then what would be the hard way? The hard way is overthinking it, overplanning, watching hours-long tutorials, bitching and whining about it, and telling yourself you are not good enough. I am not saying do not plan or train for it. I am saying do not use planning as an excuse to avoid starting. Seriously, this is it. If you want to build games, just do it. If you want to build apps and websites, just do it. If you want to make YouTube videos, just do it. If you want to lose weight, you guessed it. Just fucking do it. That alone won't make you good, but it is the only way to start. And yes, it is easier said than done. So let me show you how doing actually looks. Say I know nothing about design or CSS, but I needed to design my app. I open Gemini or Claude and say, I have this app and the design does not look professional enough. Most of the time, it gives concrete suggestions based on what I show or describe, not just generic advice like learn color theory or study typography. Maybe my spacing is inconsistent, maybe my colors and typography are off, or maybe there is no visual hierarchy. So I ask a follow-up, can you show me how to fix the spacing? It gives me the solution, I apply it. It actually looks better. That took a few minutes. Did I fully learn CSS? No. But did I make my app look better? Yes, and while doing that, I saw how padding and margin work in a real example. So I keep going. The buttons still look off. Claude suggests border radius, box shadow, hover effects. I implement them. They look better. I am learning by doing the thing I wanted to do in the first place. After some back and forth, my app looks much better. And now I understand basic CSS concepts. Not deeply, not theoretically, but enough to use them. Not because I studied them, but because I used them to solve my problem. That is the difference. I had a problem, I used the tools available to solve it, and I learned in the process. And the best part is, I can build on this. Next time I need to style something, I already recognize the basics because I have used them before. The knowledge sticks because it is tied to something real that I built. You keep going, you ask, I want this card to pop on hover. It gives you transform scale and box shadow. You paste it. It looks bad. You tweak the values. You adjust the shadow. Now you are actually designing. You are doing the thing you were scared to start an hour ago. If you had tried to learn CSS purely from scratch, you might still be stuck on display properties. Instead, by the end of the day, you have a working product. Did you master CSS? No. But you shipped something, and that already puts you ahead of most people who never finish anything. And here is the important part. When you hit the same problem again, you remember how you solved it, because you experienced it. Learning through struggle and fixing real mistakes sticks more than passive watching. That is why messy projects teach you more than perfectly followed tutorials. There is nothing wrong with tutorials or courses. I am just showing you one way of doing things. The main idea is to start. If you want to rely on documentation, blogs, or videos, do that. This video might look like I am using AI to do everything, but that is not the point. The point is to reduce friction and make starting as easy and fast as possible. Speaking of easy, you can use Banani, the sponsor of today's video, to quickly design professional-looking websites. For example, I just asked it to create an Airbnb-style shoe store, and within seconds, it gave me 3 different variations to choose from. It's basically doing what a professional designer would take hours, if not days, to finish. From there, you can either export the design to Figma or directly copy the HTML and CSS to test the live site. Feel free to pause and look at the code it generated, but I'm just going to scroll to give you an idea of what it's capable of. The website looks amazing, and you can easily make it responsive too. But let's look at the Figma file for a second. I am curious to see if it's fully customizable or not. Yep, everything checks out. Now we have to try dark mode as well. Let me generate some more sections. And can you believe, I don't have a pro plan or anything. This is all for free. And to get 20% off the pro plan for the first month, use promo code SAJID. You'll find the link in the description. Same thing for programming languages. If you want to do game dev, you do not need to spend months memorizing syntax first. You need some basics, but you can learn them while building. You go to Claude and ask, I want to make a simple game where a character moves and jumps. I have never coded before. What is the easiest way to start? It tells you about game engines and gives basic starter code. You copy it, run it, and suddenly something moves on screen. That feels real. Then you ask how to make it jump. You add that. Now it jumps. You are learning game dev by building the exact thing you wanted to make. You do not understand every line yet. That is normal. You understand enough to move forward. Every feature you add. Enemies, scoring, sound. You learn what you need at that moment. That is, just-in-time learning. Tutorials teaches just in case. Real work teaches when needed. This is the cheat code. This is how you learn without burning out. If you tried to read documentation for engines like Unreal or Bevy before building anything, you would quit fast. But because you are making a game today, your brain stays focused. By the time your character jumps on a platform, you have already written real code. You have touched the syntax. You have debugged errors that would mean nothing in isolation, but made sense because they broke your game. This is how many indie devs learn fast. They start building on day one. Claude or Gemini acts like a helper or senior dev, not a replacement, but a guide. You get stuck on collision detection. Ask, you want a health system. Ask, you want to optimize something. Ask. Even senior developers do this. They do not memorize everything. They know what they want to build, and they use tools to get there faster. The difference between people who progress and people stuck in tutorial hell is simple. One builds, the other keeps preparing. Preparation without action is procrastination. After a few projects like this, you realize you learned the language without trying to memorize it. You did not study it, you used it. The hard thing is just many small, easy things stacked together. Break it down, take the first step, then the next, and this applies to everyday life too. For years I tried to quit smoking. I also had a bad habit of always being on a screen. I was either working, playing games, or when I was not on my computer, watching videos or scrolling Twitter or Reddit. Then one day, my eyes were hurting really bad, so I decided that was enough. I stopped using screens when I was not working. Now I only game a few hours a week. Use my phone for about an hour a day, and the rest of the time I avoid screens. Same thing with smoking. My dentist told me clearly, quit or face the consequences. On the way back home, I stopped at a pharmacy and bought nicotine patches. I came home, threw away the lighter, ashtray, and cigarettes, and I never smoked again. I did the same with fitness. My blood report was not good, so I started eating better and going for walks instead of doom scrolling. You can do almost anything if you start, but passion matters. If you have zero interest in something, it will feel hard even if it is simple. That is why people with no interest in design find CSS painful, while others enjoy it. That is why you see young people build solid apps and learn fast, not because they are smarter, not because they are more talented. They just started doing instead of waiting. Programming as a hobby feels fun because you are choosing the problem. When you build something for yourself, you focus on solving real problems. It feels easier and more fun. The tools we have now are powerful. The only thing stopping you is the idea that you need to be ready first. You will never feel ready. You will only start by doing. Every expert you admire started confused, staring at a blank screen, feeling like an imposter. So stop overthinking it. Pick the hard thing you have been avoiding. Spend 1 hour actually doing it. Your code will be messy. Your design will be rough. That is correct. That is how it starts. A month from now, you will realize you learned more by doing than by preparing. Just do it.